Bachamba Jallo. I must confess, and they were full as Usman Jallo, and I think when Ibrahim or Amadou. These are block makers who were arrested at random. And while we were at the depot, these are the names I can remember, we had the feeling, which was backed up by some voluntary people who made voluntary statements, information, that that bunch was arrested not because of the demonstration they said was going to take place at the American embassy, because demonstration never took place anyway, but because of my humble self, OJ and Usainu. They wanted to have justification for arresting us. We were, at that time, prominent people, personalities here. Each had his own mark. Each had his own share of participation in the development of this country, of this state. So just to pick three of us, some of them said this to us privately, that to give them an alibi or an excuse, they had to go and bundle up people. Those block makers and arrived there. They were brought near me to console them. They were mad. The Fulas did not speak any language except Mandinka, bad Mandinka and Fula, from Guinea. They were brought near me so that I can be talking to them and cooling them down, calming them. Usman went mad.
You said that when you were made to sit down, Almamo stabbed a knife on the ground about a feet or two from where you were sitting, or from your feet. Did he say anything when he was doing that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He said, he and the rest, many of the rest, they said, you people, you have been stealing and eating this country's wealth for 30 years. You will not allow Yahya Jammeh and his men even for a little period. Billahi. I've sworn the Quran.
So, from what you were saying, did you believe that he was doing work for Yahya Jammeh when he said that?
Well, God knows best, but I was pretty certain that every inch of the way, whatever act they made was not only with the acquaintance of Yahya Jammeh, but with his own instructions. Because they call him crocodile, they call him so many names, the top, they had several names for him, which meant the same man.
Do you remember any?
No, the crocodile, I remember, Naka, and the boss, chairman, the big man, and so on. Whenever those superlative phrases were applied, or whatever you call it, it meant him. Because nothing happens. And even when the army commander spoke to us, reference was made. I mean, he was entirely and absolutely the driver, on the driving seat.
You mentioned only men as having been present. Were there any women?
Yes, at the depot there were two, Koso and Koso is an Aku girl, a staunch supporter of the UDP, PVP, UDP. UDP is a surrogate of the PVP, NCP, and GPP. These girls were with us for a couple of days. Certainly not a week, or not more than a week. No segregation on the floor, like sardines packed. They suffered the same humiliation, the same torture, pain, anguish, like every one of us. There was no discrimination. In fact, theirs was worst, being of the feminine type with 110% men, exposing them. Cha.
Mr. Chairman, we take a short break. Lunch break now. It's almost 11. It's almost 1:30. So if you want to ask questions before the lunch break. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my counsel. Thank you, Uncle. Any commissioners got any question? I don't have the strength to ask him any question. Okay, Commissioner, please.
Sorry to take you back. I just want to know whether you remember the name of the police chief at that time. You cannot remember.
No, I don't hear your question.
He didn't need a question. Can you
The name of the police chief who came to arrest you twice.
The name of the
Police chief.
or the last one?
No, the first arrest. The
first arrest, I think I have said Jata, inspector. He was always the lead.
Thank you.
Jata, he was an inspector at the station. A tough guy.
Thank you.
Commissioner Samba? Commissioner Samba, please. Can you put the microphone? Use this one. Oh.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, what I'm asking you is, those who arrested you, are they still in this civil servant? Are they still working in the government?
The ones who arrested me?
Yes.
Since I don't know most of them, I cannot answer that to the affirmative. But I do know that several members, both public and military security, who were very vividly visible as actors during these years of tyranny, a lot of them, from the echelons to the rock bottom, are still in the service.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairman. Commissioner Kinte.
Commissioner Kinte. Honorable Cham, I want to ask, during the various arrests, in particular when they were confiscating you and sending your family from your property in Fajara, I understand you said your wife was already injured and had a cast on the leg. Was it the security who were getting her out, and what was the manner? One, and two, in general, apart from yourself, have your family suffered any infliction of any type during the various arrests and so on?
Suffered what, my family? Suffered.
Like if the harassment, whatever. I know, well, picking the things, throwing all items of the wardrobe is harassment, but whether any other form of harassment you may want to state.
Well, the first question is, because it's about whether...
How your wife in the cast. Your wife in the cast was evacuated from the building. Was it the security, and what was the manner?
Okay, yes,
what was the manner?
I know. Well, first of all, I will only attempt on not gesticulation, but on hearsay from the horse's mouth, who is my wife. I was in detention then, but when I came out, I do know she had a fracture and she had a cast. She cannot walk. She was on a wheelchair. I do know about that in detention. But on the eviction, I did not know until I was released. Nobody told me in detention that my wife was evicted and family were evicted. Nobody. But I got from my relations, doctors, the Yai brothers, that when she called them, they're not living far from here, it was they who came because the security people were just standing aloof. And according to them, the security were mostly NSS and the soldiers. But the names and what have you, I don't know. Now, as to the suffering of my family, physical abuse. I think what they suffered, according to my own judgment and estimation, is worse than what I suffered. Because at least I knew I was getting it direct. They were just getting information and they were seeing things happen. And their main breadwinner, responsible for them, schooling and every bit, is in the hands of the junta. And from what they were hearing was that we are going to be killed. The wives are around. When I was the first to go to the commission to continue my evidence, the Bamford Commission, the first day I went, billahi, the wives and relatives of the detainees who were detained with me, I had to stand up, I had this short fuller gown, I had to remove it and to show, because they were told that my eyes, bones and legs, so many, you know, and I had to perform for them, billahi, at the commission on the ground before I went up. That is okay. And I am telling you, the long detention will allow our wounds to heal, because we were not charged. There was nothing, we were not cautioned, we were not allowed any form of human good facility. But they had inflicted so many wounds. Look at my fingers. I showed it to my small finger can never stretch. These two, somebody hitting you, make like this. Cha. This is, if it answers your question, but my family, I am saying, Mr. Chairman, that I believe my family, meaning my wives and children and brothers and sisters, the non-normal Gambian relationship, I think they had more suffering in their hearts than I had with all the physical violations of my person.
Imam C.
Commissioner Imam C. Mr. Cham, dama lay laaj affaire Edward ki nga xamantene li nga defal bayam ak teranga bi nga len amalé mom affaire bi bu amé ndak yang ko don gis wala
I want to know
joxon na la ay yenen peke di ngay mëna moyto
Edward Sengate did he let you know what happened, given that you've been good to him and his family?
Gis na ko ñaari yoon.
I saw
period bi yep
Edward twice during all of this time.
Moy depot.
Once was at the depot.
Benen bi
the other one?
Moy bi yep jexé
when
ñu génn.
Everything was over and we were out of detention.
Karaba supermarket bu njëkk bi.
At the former Karaba supermarket.
Ma dem fa ci ngoon.
I went there in the evening.
Hamoudi moko momon suma raki friend.
Hamoudi owns the place. He's a brother to my friend.
Kona xamon nga fofu. Ma seen ko ak escort mu ngi waaj a génn.
Once I got in, I saw him and his escort, and he was about to leave out of the place. I was at the entrance.
Mu benn fi ñu doon jaay books ak postcards on this side. So
there's a place they sold books and postcards.
Mu dem straight away fofu.
He went over there.
Mu jël ci stalls di examine.
He took from the stalls and began looking at examining.
Instead of madam ci fi nga duggé,
I got in.
Exit.
I stood at the exit.
Bishop, Catholic bishop, the
then Catholic bishop was there.
Some other personalities in
and others.
You then fake it.
I went over to him and began speaking to him. I continued standing at the exit. I suspected he knew I was waiting for him. I can swear to that. He came.
Yes, Dad, yes, Dad. You knew.
Yes, Dad, yes, Dad. And we greeted.
Edward,
and I said to him, Edward, is this you?
Kawero is one of my children. He's in England now.
And he
said
to me, say to Kawero,
that
I will be coming to the house on Sunday.
Him.
that we could brew attire. And we will spend the whole day there. I swear.
Why should I?
I would not lie. So that is what happened. Someone that you know. When these things happen. Today is the 24th year, and this
during very hazy conditions.
This is the second time he's seen you when this was a very trying moment. First was at the depot.
Second one,
second time is at the Caraba. I'm thinking if this was someone who was going to help you, this would have been the times. I didn't pass his message to my son, but I told my wife that he said he was coming on Sunday to do attire with the boys.
All right?
Thank you very much indeed, Uncle MC. We will take a 1-hour break and resume in the afternoon at 2:30. Meeting is adjourned.